Okay, so update video, just random nonsense that's happened. Some good, some funny, some not so great. This is the year mark of me having a brain tumor. The glioblastoma, yeah, we're just living the life. After months of not receiving, real guidance from a neuro-oncologist since Dr. Sherman left, who I just missed terribly, I have been waiting to get into Henry Ford, and there was an insurance issue. Well, between two nurse navigators that I have a new one, and then I had the old one, and I still have both of them, and nobody could get me into Henry Ford because of the insurance. And ironically enough, I got in, and I had my first teleconference appointment with a doctor, and he's so great. He's got a German accent, and I haven't come up with a nickname for him yet, but basically I like him, and I have to go down to Detroit to have an MRI. I'm not going to go into a lot of details because I am very blessed to have had this opportunity. And it basically comes down to somebody that knows someone that knows someone that knows someone that got me in quickly. And which is good because I am 3 weeks into my 4th round of chemo, and my head hurts. Like, my eye mostly, but my head hurts, and I increased my steroids because I was only on 2 milligrams, and basically it's a necessary evil that everybody knows is going to happen, that the steroids are going to have to be increased. But when you don't have a doctor to follow you, what the hell are you supposed to do? I know that the pressure is building, and I increased my steroids. So people could say whatever they want to say, but it's my brain, and I know what's happening. I can feel it. So I'm super tired, and I spent most of the weekend sleeping. I woke up long enough to take pills and maybe snap at the kids for a couple of minutes. We'll just say that because my head hurts, and it's hard with the anniversary coming of the brain surgery, and knowing that a year ago I should have been getting treatment. They should have caught it, and maybe I could walk. Some good news. Well, let's just get the bad news out of the way. So yeah, 3 weeks in, my platelets are dropping again. I'm supposed to go to infusion on Friday. I switched to Fridays because it's the only day that Hazel doesn't go to school. So, and she's the only one that can really take me to Grand Rapids, and excuse my appearance because I'm freezing, and basically none of my hoodies fit me anymore because I'm a big puffalump. But at least I'm alive. I did order myself some new big girl pants, but I'm tired and I don't really care about being in my pajamas, and I haven't changed my clothes in like 3 days. So, oh well. Yeah, my glasses are broke. And we tried to put them back together for like 2 hours the other night, and I wish I would have recorded it because little baby screws went flying across the bedroom like multiple times. And we ended up putting the medical tape on it because I couldn't see. So this is basically what's going to happen until somebody can get me some glasses or get these ones fixed. Anyway, so school started, and just God bless East Jordan. Denver is he's going to school in the mornings, and they're keeping him more separated than they typically. Yeah, everybody is separated, don't let me mistake that, but because Denver is Denver and he's coming home to me, he's more separated, and he doesn't stay all day, and then he goes in through a separate entrance, because basically, like, my platelets are low, and some of my counts are starting to go a little too high, and it's just not the best time. And I knew that this was going to happen, because as soon as school starts, there's that couple week mark, and I timed it. So I knew that as soon as school started, that couple week mark was going to come. And that's when everybody starts bringing home all their illnesses. So we're just keeping him as separate as we can. And if it comes down to it and he's got to come home, then he's got to come home. Because that's about the best I got. Some funny news. Well, not really funny, because, I mean, when it gets down to it, it's going to be funny. So with the whole me having brain cancer and, then the Rona hitting at, March, Hazel had a permit to drive, and then I got sick, and everything kind of just went to hell. So she just kind of spent all this time not being able to legally drive on her own. And then Secretary of State shut down, so she couldn't do that either. So she had a permit, and it expired. So then she gets another permit, and she drives on it, and so long story short, she drives me out to Petoskey to take her driving exam, and the guy kind of looks at us, because here's me getting out of the passenger seat into a wheelchair. And usually they'd say, well, you have to wait here. But it was cold, and, I'm clearly crippled. So what was he going to do? Just leave me sitting in the parking lot? So I get in the back seat, and, he says, just don't say anything. And, sit there quietly. And, don't, give her instruction, blah, blah, blah. So I'm sitting back there, and I said, you don't got to worry about me. I'm just going to sit here. Hazel drives me around all the time. So I fell asleep in the back seat, and I started snoring in the middle of Hazel's driving test. God love that man. He never said a word. I mean, I woke myself up snoring, and I thought, I gotta stop this. I gotta wake up. But it was just so relaxing to be in the back seat, because it was so early in the morning. And anybody that knows me knows that I take my pills and then I go back to bed. So it was like we had to be there at 8:30. So I was so tired. And like I'm always tired, but I was so tired. So I fell asleep. And I don't know if it was just sympathy, or, I mean, Hazel's a good driver, but I mean, honestly, when you look at all this and then you fall asleep in the back seat, he's probably thinking, let's just pass this bitch so we can get the hell out of here, because it was insane. But she passed, and now she's driving Denver to school, and she, first time, she parallel parked first time, and that's what she was worried about. Go Hazel, I told you could do it. Yeah, she did it, and I'm super proud of her. Now she goes to the grocery store, and I don't have to go, and that's awesome. Even though I need to go and leave the house once in a while, because that's also important, other than sitting in my bed, because I'm tired and mind over matter and whatnot. Another funny story. Here's one for Denver, and he'll, since I said something embarrassing about myself, I'll feel free to do it to him now. So yeah, Denver cooks every night. Every night that we have like a actual home cooked meal, he does it. Well, Denver made grilled cheese. Denver's been making grilled cheese for years, so this is where it gets real funny. So like 20 minutes goes by, and I'm like I could smell these grilled cheese cooking, and I'm like, what the heck? He's gonna kill me when he sees this, but oh well, maybe I'll already be dead by then. Either way, 20 minutes goes by and there's still no grilled cheese, and I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna say anything because I'm trying to, let him adult. Well, I'm not really sure what happened, but he made 6 of them, and all 6 of them were ruined. So he comes in with this grilled cheese, and the bottom part of it was toasted and all grilled up, but the top portion was just in a ball, on top of this cheese. And it was so mangled, and I'm like, is this the first one you made? And he was like, no, this is the 6th one. And I said, well, what happened to all the other ones? And he was like, oh, I ate those. And I was just like, so then Hazel comes in and she was like, is this the grilled cheese Denver made you? And I said, yeah, and I can't eat it. I said, but I have to because Denver made it and he worked really hard. So she stole my grilled cheese, even though it looked the way it did, and she ate it. And then I did the worst thing possible. I sent Hazel to McDonald's to get the it's the 40-pack chicken nugget set. And Denver was like, that's such a waste of money. But I said Hazel anyway, and I had a milkshake. So I was just like, yeah. I made myself happy, and I made one kid happy, and then the other one was irritated that I wasted the $15 to get chicken nuggets. And Hazel was like, well, are you going to eat some? And, originally I don't think he was going to, just out of pure principle. But he eventually, he's like, yeah, I'm going to eat some. I need to get him some kind of new cooker pan or something, because clearly the pan, I don't know what happened. I don't know where all this fuzzy stuff is coming from. And I started shaving my face because all those little hairs were starting to make me look like a teenage boy, a young teenage boy. So, yeah, I shaved them with this little razor. Let's see. It's one of these eyebrow razors. And I just took it and I just went, oh, because I had that whisker up there. And who needs a white whisker coming out of my eye? So yeah, I felt pretty good about it. It's kind of addicting, I'm not even gonna lie. Other than that, let's see. I don't know, my dogs are acting funny. And everybody say a little prayer for baby girl, because she's got a tummy ache. And Bertha, Denver's dog Bertha. She only has 7 nipples. And we counted them today. And Denver said, my dog's missing a nipple. And I said, that's impossible. Hi, Poop. Pooper, you're okay. Don't be embarrassed. So yeah, we counted her nipples. And I said, no, Denver, you're wrong. I can't believe you can't count nipples. So I'm trying to roll over to look at the dog. And my God, yeah, she is missing a nipple. And I looked it up. I guess it's fairly normal, but, you know, it's still kind of funny that she's missing one. So instead of having 8, like Lola has 10, Bertha's only has 7. And I'm like, you can see the spot where it should be. It's just gone. So we have one dog with 1 testicle, and then we have a dog missing 1 nipple, and then we have little Quinn, who's Hazel's dog, who she has all black toenails except for 1 white toenail. And then we have Lola, who's perfect. She's not missing anything. She has no extra of anything. So guess what? My dog's the best. Ha ha. That's for Hazel and Denver because they're always picking on Lola because she's so perfect. Love everybody. Thanks to my parents for coming over. It's been a bad weekend and we didn't get to go camping, which sucks, but maybe I'll be around in the spring to do that. Let's hope Henry Ford can pull some miracles out of their fabulous hospital for me. Say some prayers. Get me through this round. Get me out of bed. Get me working on my scrapbooks some more because I'm tired. Let's see, I've embarrassed everybody that I can think of. You know, shave my face on YouTube. So that's something. I've made it clear that I haven't been dressed in days. And I bought plus size pants, so that is fun. Hopefully they fit and I won't have to buy plus size. They're still leggings, but they're lined with like fleece, so that will be extra soft. As long as I can get them down without peeing myself, I'll be fine. Other than that, have a good night. Love you guys. Like and share. Don't like and share. Yep, this is me. Glioblastoma, steroids, pills are kicking in. Good night.